And along the
Thank you.
same lines, we don't have late night bus service, and so if you are a service worker or a hospital worker,
get off at 11 o'clock or so.
yep. So that is something that we're trying to address too. Now, keep in mind, part of it is we want to, and I know there are some folks that would use the service, but do you get enough that would justify, hiring the drivers and running the buses and so forth? So that's something that we look at. Another piece of that is, can we use some smaller buses? We don't have to use the great big ones if we're going to have a lower ridership. So we are trying to sneak up on that, and one of the first things we're doing is looking at we're just extending the hours of the day, of the routes and days that we run already. But she's exactly right. We want to look at Sunday routes as well. Well, what we agreed to do last night is reissue a request for proposal, an RFP. And that's something we had done before, and we had received a couple of proposals on reusing of the current building. So we're reissuing that proposal, request for proposal, except this time we're perhaps emphasizing a bit more that there's an option on the table to sell the building and or the adjoining surface parking lot. So the RFP is very, very similar to what we did last time, except now we're just kind of highlighting the fact that if you were so inclined, you could submit a proposal to purchase the property. And we put a deadline on receiving these of May 5th, I believe. So that's what we're looking for.
So there was, you had the Armory and then you had the parking lots.
Correct. Right.
So are they still separate?
Well, we can treat them as one potential sale, or we could look at them separately. Parking lots, of course, I think the valuation, by the way, of the Armory itself was about $675,000. The two parking lots across the street had a total value of about $1.5 million. The reason being that they're more valued more probably is because they are essentially bare land.
Mm-hmm.
So a developer could come in and just go right to work. And another clause that we put in the potential sale of the Armory itself is that the buyer would not be able to demolish the building, given its historic nature. So there could be a lot of things that could be done inside to make it repurpose that building, but it can't be demolished.